Hi, good afternoon. How's it going? If you think I'm a bit rude, I'm so sorry. Today, I'm not recording my whole face. To be honest, I'm wearing the eye mask, which features hot temperature. What I mean is, it's kinda hot mask for eye. The purpose is to give my eyes break and get me relax. Alright, today's video is going to be a bit different from usual ones. Usually, I record my video for English practice, and this video is also that kind of video. On the other hand, today I want to talk about whatever to come to my mind. And today I am not going to try correct English or good English. And also the structure of my speech maybe mess. But in this video, I'd like to talk about impromptuly, improvisingly. Then, how can I say? I think that give me some tips to break through my plateau for English learning. Yes, sometimes I mention that I face English learning plateau. And also I know that this is a part of learning journey. But for me, it's inevitable to think it's a part of a journey. So mind I don't have to care of it so seriously. Just enjoy English and just try to just keep it up consistently. I know that, but the fluctuation of fluency and being rusty English makes me depressed and discouraged. As for me, I'm not a strong person to keep me motivated. Maybe some of the listeners on my channel think I have strong will to practice English or I have strong spirit to do consistently out of nature. It's totally different from my spirit and personality. I'm a lazy person, and when it comes to doing something, I'm good at making the excuse. But English is the thing I'm obsessed with in 1 years. You know, I quitted English so many times. During the graduate school of my university days, my professor, who is the main advisor on my study, is from Denmark. And when I entered my university, he was transferred from US University, MIT. Yeah, MIT is a top tier and prestigious university in US. So that's why his ability to study mathematics and English was awesome. Yeah, of course, I couldn't understand his potential and ability deeply, but even I, even though I am a student, I could see the tip of iceberg regarding his ability. And then let's get back. Let's let me get back on the track. In that time, initially he was not able to speak Japanese. Yeah, of course, he sure know about simple greeting and simple sentences, but the when discussing the mathematics details and our study, it was not enough ability to describe it. So we tried to speak both in English and in Japanese to discuss and study it. But the speed to obtain the language skill, then his ability was way more faster than me. What I mean is, I was not good at English, but I was trying to obtain English to describe what I want to say in my university days. And initially, I think I had advantage compared to him because I had learned English in typical schools, including middle school and high school. On the other hand, probably he started learning Japanese almost from scratch. On the other hand, the speed to master Japanese for him is way faster than me. That was impressive and splendid. Then somehow I lost the motivation to learn English because I don't have to use it. And also, I found English learning very difficult and I didn't have any talent or ability or potential to master English. This is the first experience I quit learning English. And second time, it was the 2014. I had a chance to be transferred to India for my work. To be honest, I was hesitating to apply this opportunity, but I believe stepping out of the comfort zone gave me another potential, knowing my another potential, and also somehow I just wanted to expand my ability. In 2014, I was 28, so that's why I'm feeling I should rush my career. What I mean is, recently it's a SNS era. We can see a bunch of people who has money or title or great careers and ability, and then for me automatically I I was prone to compare to these people. On the other hand, I no. What I mean is I'm what I thought in when I was 28 is I was already 28, but what I accomplished is almost nothing. If I continue to work consistently as it is, then I thought it was impossible for me to catch up with those people who has good ability, good experience, and expanding their ability. So that's why being transferred to India was a perfect choice for me, even though I have no ability, not good ability to speak English, and also compatible. No. Also, I'm so introverted person that I'm lacking the ability to be compatible with the people who has different background. But I I literally told myself to I told myself that this opportunity was no risk. You are not going to be dead and you are not going to lose anything, and also you are not going to mm, step down in my company. No risk, but advantage and return was awesome. Even though I failed to make the most of that opportunity, no one was going to blame me. And also, even I fail, I definitely notice that what I'm lacking, what is next to my step, what I truly want to do. So I thought that was great ability. And somehow I managed to survive there. My English was very bad. However, I could communicate with people using the gesture and pointing out the physical thing. And yeah, of course, I used facial expressions. In other words, I had another weapons and measures instead of the language. But I just thought that my communication skill in English was lacking the describing the detail. I mean, I can speak English regarding the weather, my condition, and what it's like physically. I mean, this scenery is beautiful. I like the surrounded by greenery, and driving is my passion. What makes me hyped up is like being behind of the wheel And if the posture of the car is moving as I want, then I think, yes, this is it. Like that. These things lie with very shallow area when it comes to describing something in English. I was able to handle these topics during staying in India, but in terms of the technical terms and the details, I was not able to describe it. But I thought it was enough. No, I was trying to sort the limitation of my ability is that. But my ultimate goal and what I truly want is not that. Honestly and basically, I was driven by a desire to speak English as naturally and spontaneously as I do in Japanese. This is my ultimate goal. And after returning back to Japan, I was looking for the measure or method to for English learning. I mean, I lost the opportunity to use English, so I had to make it, but I was not able to find it. In that era, online 英会話 was available, but I couldn't master the courage to jump into it. Instead of that, I started to try TOEIC examination. Despite that is correct decision or not, I've decided to do that, and as a result I scored 860. I think it was decent for English learners, but I couldn't found find the next step of TOEIC examination. I should have I should have registered the online 英会話 and to expand my speaking skill. But in that time, still, I couldn't master my courage. Yeah, you know, joining the online 英会話 requires a lot of courage for introverts. So that's why after learning and studying the TOEIC examination, I quit it. It was probably 2018, and I think the next chance to learn English is now. Last year, I studied English learning again. The reason is because my manager asked me, I asked me whether I can work as an interpreter in in the global meeting. I answered, I I don't have enough ability to handle it. That was frustrating for me. So somehow I just started learning English again with really light motivation and frustration. After that, I noticed the many tutors are encouraging me during the lesson. Yeah, of course, some of them are rude and arrogant. Sometimes, if I had a mistake, then wrong, no, no, and their face was going to upset or mad. But that said, almost every tutors were very kind and supportive, highly supportive. So somehow now I take English lesson almost every single day in 25 minutes. All right. And I also took the several English learning program, including English discussion class and English, how can I say? Mm, acting? Not really. Let me think about it. Mm, more realistic role play training program. I mean, during that program, I acted to and worked as an HR person to solve the problem the employee is not motivated to working. They have some complaints. These things, this English learning program was really nice for me because I could immerse myself into English environment. But those English training program was features that the duration was 2 days or a couple of days. So I didn't feel any stress or yeah, of course for sure I felt a stress, but it's not difficult for me to get through and get over these stress. So overall, those training program was awesome for me to improve my English skill. Then next, now I'm having the great intern from India. She speaks English very well, and I am a main mentor that requires me that I have to describe almost everything she requires, and also I have to support or something which happens at the workplace. And initially, I was really motivated, and also right now, also I'm motivated. But on the other hand, I find my English not enough to describe everything. I mean, as for my ultimate goal, Minor grammatical mistakes and a bit hesitation are acceptable for English native speakers and ESLs. On the other hand, if I couldn't convey my ideas, my feeling appropriately in English, even though I had grammatical minor mistakes, it's not acceptable. Even though I have a mistake or I couldn't come up with appropriate word, but in my opinion, the fluency is the key to keep our communication naturally. Like I know that almost every native speakers are very so kind that they are patient to listen to me even though my English is very bad. On the other hand, if I couldn't say anything like I had I have awkward pauses due to lacking my vocabulary or English expressions, then that must be stressful for both of them, listeners, the native speakers, and me. So recently, the reason I feel my English is rusty is I hesitate to speak something and the appropriate English words is not able to come to my brain instantly. But I know that consistency is the key and there's nothing to resolve it instantly and perfectly. Alright, thank you for listening for my bending. I will keep it up and I'm eager to become a fluent English speaker even though I have grammatical minor mistakes. Alright, thank you for listening. Take care. Bye.